Good morning, I'm Dave Stringer and I'm the BC Commander for South Area, which obviously includes Sutton. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak to our local faith communities, and I really like to take this opportunity to talk to you a little bit about what the COVID-19 epidemic means for us, what I think it means for us now, but also what I think it means for us going forward, and how you can help us, please. So, we were very fortunate that the government guidance lockdown came in exactly the right time. We were having an increased number of our officers going sick, either with symptoms or with family members having symptoms, and the lockdown meant that the shift in demand came at exactly the right time, so actually we could maintain business as usual, and we have maintained business as usual in Sutton. So we're still responding to all the emergency calls. We're still doing community policing in local areas, and we're still really importantly helping the most vulnerable in our society, whether that's victims of domestic abuse or victims of child abuse. That work has continued without interruption. Obviously, the restrictions will be eased at some stage, and I don't know what that means for the wider society, and I'm not going to speculate. But what is really important is that while the restrictions remain as they are, it's really important to maintain that restriction. So please, through your channels, through your mutual support networks, can you relay the really important message that we must still stay home, protect the NHS and save lives. That's really, really important. For the future going forward, we have had a number of calls telling us about people breaching restrictions. To be honest, the calls we're most interested about is the calls telling us about really vulnerable people. People who might be subject to domestic abuse, or children who aren't looking as healthy as they might be. I would urge you and the people within your networks to be contacting us about. Because particularly while the schools are closed, we don't have potentially the same number of responsible adults looking for children's welfare. So that makes the role of neighbours and the role of faith communities particularly important at this time. So that's really, I think, the most important and urgent task that you can help us with, please. And lastly, my officers are working really hard. The vast majority of the time they're safe. Policing is never a no risk business. They're well protected by personal protective equipment, but your support and your help and maybe your prayer will always be really well received by my people. Thank you ever so much.